Hey everybody, Michael here with Lake Norman Firearms Training. I put out a video a couple days ago with a comparison between Smith Wesson's M&P Shield EZ9 and the Glock 43X. Shortly after making that video, I was informed there was a recall on the Smith Wesson EZ9, and this weapon here, safety first, is clear. So, this very gun I used in the video, the one that is in my hand, put in its serial number, and it turns out it is part of the recall. So I wanted to do this video to inform people of the recall and give you a little information on why they are recalling it and what is going wrong inside these weapons. Well, actually they've only found two, but why they are recalling them to double check that there are no more. So I'll put a link in the description below for the website you can go to in case you own this firearm to put in its serial number and see if yours is on the recall list, and if so, Smith & Wesson will pay for it to be shipped to them, take a look at it, make sure everything's safe, and then ship it back to you. There's of course no cost. So now let's dig in a little bit and see what is being recalled and why. So I'm going to flip the camera around, down view here, and we're going to nerd out for a minute, take this thing apart, and look at what's being recalled. Okay, so now we are at this camera view. Once again, because I moved around, weapon is clear. I'm gonna go ahead and take down the drop down lever and slide this off. So what the issue is they're having with these firearms is I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger to raise this hammer. There we go. So it says they're finding or found a crack in the hammer, which is this part here, which is not allowing it to be held down by the sear, which is down here. When you push it down, that is being held down. So what the recall is a malfunction with this hammer being held down due to a crack in it. So what happens is when that hammer comes up, this slide sits on top of here like that. When that hammer comes up, it hits, and I don't know if you can see that or not, hits this silver button there. And that in turn will move the barrel, makes a firing pin come out of this little hole in there. When that firing pin comes out, it ignites the gunpowder in the bullet, sending the bullet out the barrel. So obviously, if you walk around and you have a round in the chamber and this hammer flies up, it's going to hit that button, firing off a round. That is a unintentional fire, and that is not a good thing to have happen. Now, in my previous video, I also stated this has a grip safety. So one good thing about this is even if this were to go up, it can engage that firing pin without this grip safety. So even if this weapon were to malfunction on me, I would have to be at least holding it, which one of the firearm safety rules is you never aim a weapon at something you're not willing to destroy. So if you are following that rule while holding that down and it went off, odds are you should be okay. But it is a very dangerous recall, and I will be sending this back to Smith & Wesson for them to examine it and make sure it is okay, and then hopefully get it back here in 2 to 3 weeks. But yeah, that's it. So very dangerous little item there if that starts flying up without you wanting it to. Anyway, like I said, I'll put a link in the description below for how you can check to see if you own one of these, if your firearm is part of the recall. And if you have any questions or comments, please list them below. And until next time, have a wonderful evening, YouTube family.